Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another hot take episode. This one is definitely not late. Definitely not late. It's so late, but I'm good to see you guys back. Today we have a new special guest. His name is Clarky SJ. How you feeling, Clarky?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm a fan of the hot takes video, so I'm glad to be on here.
Yo, well then I got a doozer to start off with you, okay? I got a doozer to start. I'm not giving you guys a crazy intro. We're gonna get right into it. Here's your first hot take. Go ahead and read it out, Clark.
Oh boy. Fuck me. Got one from Xbox. Too bad for Xbox. My goat. He says they should add Pokemon as an opera in Black Ops 6. Boom. I said it.
And what do you think of that little picture there? What does the picture say?
Easy clap.
Respectfully, it's an easy clap. Anyways, how are you feeling about this take?
You know, man, they've been added on some streamers. Pokemon may be next. I don't know.
No, okay, so they did add streamers, and then that didn't go quite as they would expect it to. I'm pretty sure Call of Duty said they're literally never gonna add creators in the game again. Oh. I mean, they do an ad with Dr. Disrespect, and then they do the one with Tim the Tapman and Nick Merckx, and it's like, yeah, they're cooked.
Duh. That's horrendous.
Yeah. All right, Xbox, we're done with you. Let's get a real hot take. Here we go. Next hot take. Why are the Yankees winning the World Series? That is a good one, actually. That is a good hot take. Why are the Yankees winning the World Series, Clarky?
I don't know. We got one from Terrible Tony, and he says, Liberty Balls would be better if it was a night map. Honestly, I mean, it all comes down to really gameplay, I guess. But aesthetically and graphic-wise, you know, it would look nice. But I don't really think that's true. I mean, the new changes that they've made look nice. It's a bit more dull, a bit more of a moodier side of things for zombies. But I don't know. I'm going to personally have to disagree because I don't think just because it'd be nighttime doesn't mean it's going to be an instantly good zombies map. For all we know, the zombies map itself could play well. The Easter egg could be one of the greats for all we know. And just in general, it could be a good map. Just because it's daytime doesn't mean it's automatically bad. Like, Keener to Toten's set in the day, man.
Yeah, it is. It is set in the day. No, I agree. I think that color is more important. When I take in part of atmosphere with the zombies map, I don't really take in part of what time of day it's set at. Because there's plenty of daytime maps that just look great. And you can go to example like Shangri-La, right? That map takes time at day, looks great. Garad Crovey, time at day looks great. It's 9. So I don't think the time of day is the issue that most players had with Liberty Falls or Liberty Falls or however you want to say it. Exactly. It just looks too dull. Like, maps with a lot of color, maps with a lot of, like, unique atmospheric, like, settings and unique, like, different elements within the map are the ones that stand out to people rather than just, hey, we're in a factory, hey, we're in a little small town. So it's not bad that the map is taking place in Harper's Ferry, right? But when we saw that original alpha gameplay in COD Next, it was looking like it was just another day in the city. It didn't look like that it was an apocalyptic vibe. There wasn't anything that was like, oh yeah, Richtofen's been here for time. Like, there's nothing in the map that jumped out to you that it was saying that. And that was, I think, the issue that most people had with that zombies. The two maps take place at the same time, right? Liberty Falls and Terminus take place at the same time. If the Philippine Sea is nighttime, then Harper's Ferry is the daytime because that's just how the daylight cycle works. Like, in just terms of time zones. If you want to go on a logical aspect of it, the fact that that one's taking place at night means that Liberty Falls has to take place at day if the two maps are supposed to be happening subsequently at the same time. That's just how the sun works. So I'm not saying that it would be a bad idea to make it a night map, but I don't think making a night map would be the whole issue of that people had. But you never know. I do like a good night map, so we do appreciate a hot take. But our next one here is from Vanessa. And this one's about the campaign. You know, we're not just talking about zombies in this. Black Ops 6 is a whole game. Zombies is just a third of the mode. And Vanessa says, the campaign looks like it'll be the best campaign we've ever gotten. Continuing out of Cold War story with the new mechanics in the campaign or from BO6 generally is going to be a ton of fun. Cold War is one of my favorites, so I can't wait for BO6 campaign along with zombies. I want to hear your take on the BO6 campaign. Are you a big campaign player, Clarky?
I am a person that plays it once and never plays it again.
But you do play it. Like, you do go through the campaign.
Oh yeah, I go for it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in the same boat as you. So, like, in Black Ops Cold War, we saw a lot of new features like Safe House. We saw the decisions that came back from Black Ops 2, right? Decisions you can make that end out, take out what your ending is. Do you want to see those same things come back into Black Ops 6? We know a thing like Safe House will be returning.
I would love to see those, but I don't think it is. I think it was actually confirmed earlier today, as prior to recording this, that it hasn't been confirmed that there's multiple endings by Raven, the people that actually did make the campaign.
No, so the multiple endings haven't been confirmed, but the Safe House feature
Safe House, yeah, I know that. Safe House, yeah. I like the Safe House. I think it's really cool to just add in, like, I don't know. I thought it was just something unique towards the campaign, something new, but it's something that won't completely ruin like how campaigns are. Like, the big areas in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, for example. Granted, I thought those weren't bad. I thought they were okay, but it just felt so dead out of place. It was so rushed. But with Black Ops 6, the Safe House, it doesn't feel like that. It feels actually okay. It fits the campaign. It's something new, something innovative. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always think a central hub really works well if it's, combined with story. Like, one of the games, actually, that I dislike a lot is World War II. But the central hub aspect of that game, where you're on the beaches of Normandy, I think so, was a very good feature. And with Black Ops Cold War, right, that Safe House feature, you can go check out the computers, you can go talk to different characters, and it wasn't just like a thing where you can take a rest, but you can actually, like, dive deep into the story. There was even puzzles that you can do within the Safe House. So if we were to see that same attention to detail get put into this next game, I think that would be a very great thing. We already know that this game is going to be very controversial in its campaign. We already know that it's not going to be your typical Russian bad guy campaign, which is a very good thing, because I think we see that too much in Call of Duty. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but the game is banned in Kuwait, the country. It's banned in that country because of some of the things that happen in the campaign. So I think that for all the 4 Kuwait players that are watching any YouTube videos today, I'm sorry to hear for you guys. Maybe you can change your location to New Zealand like the rest of us. But I think that the campaign overall is going to be very good. And I like the idea that it's going to be pushing that boundary.
Alright, let's see. We got one from Platypus Noise, and Platypus Noise says, here's my hot take. Infinite Warfare Zombie Spaceland is the best star map. Simple, effective setup hub with 3 splits. Classic teleport to pack, 4 pretty fun wonder weapons, and 5 bullet types. Plenty of fun traps, annoying yet surprising simple boss. If you know what you're doing, I could go on. Yeah, no, honestly, I agree. Me personally, it's, I don't think it's the best star map. My favourite of all time, like launch maps wise, is Shadows of Evil. But everything I said, it's simple, effective setup. It's got 3 splits. The classic teleport to pack, it's very easy. All you need to do is teleport in the 4 different areas. The wonder weapons are great. All of them are definitely unique, apart from, I'd say, really that head cutter one. The 5 bullet types as well, that's very cool. The traps, they're fun, but I'm not really one to use traps at all for really any zombies game. The boss, I don't really find annoying at all. He's
difficult
easy.
Though. He is one of the more difficult bosses.
Yeah, but I think he's just really easy to defeat, but this is coming from someone who always plays on fucking Director's Cut. And, honestly, I gotta say it's probably, if not the second best starter map, I'd say. But no, I honestly agree. It's simple, it's not too complicated as well. There's a lot of stuff to do, especially the side eggs, like Ghost and Skulls. That's, a challenge, but it gives you a great reward as well. And of course, the arcades, the roller coaster, all that stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do within Zombie Spaceland that isn't just simple zombies. There's cool little side things as well, instead of just side Easter eggs, which, that makes one of Zombie Spaceland one of the greats. So, yeah, no, I agree. And that's
Zombies in Spaceland, when we talk about atmosphere, has beautiful atmosphere. I mean, 100%. It's stunning. Lee Ross, the entire team at Infinity Ward, probably the best work that they've ever made since everyone left that studio in 2012. But here's what I'll say about starter maps because yes, Zombie in Spaceland is an amazing map for people like me and you. But to new players, to casual players, how difficult is Zombies in Spaceland to get into? Because I'm seeing the same argument come in with Black Ops 6, where people go, Terminus is the map that I'm hyped for, that you're hyped for. And you know, we're excited for Liberty Falls, but it's not near the same level.
Oh yeah.
As a casual player, what map are you probably going to be most likely to have more fun on day one? It's probably Liberty Falls as a casual player, because it's just more straight up, head to heel zombies. It's just classic.
Yeah.
We saw that in Black Ops 3 with the same thing with Shadows of Evil and the Giant. Saw that very high complex map, and then the Giant being that simplistic one. I think Zombies in Spaceland would be seen fond. It has gotten its flowers from the community now, especially in the past year. I think that game could have really used a small map, survival map, alongside Zombies in Spaceland, because I agree, Zombies in Spaceland is one of the best starter maps ever. I'd put it third. I'd put it behind 9, and I'd put it behind Shadows. Damn. But I would put it ahead of some other great starter maps.
Right.
I think that game specifically, though, could have used a smaller survival map.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Well, I don't know. Because in my opinion, I genuinely think Zombies in Spaceland, unironically, has a good balance between casual and hardcore. You know, especially with the, again, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot more things instead of just a simple side Easter eggs. And, you know, just a lot, your basic stuff in Zombies.
Yeah.
You've got the arcade, you've got the roller coaster, but then of course getting traps is something unique. You know, you got to get these coins. You know, you got to get, there's like red, there's blue, there's green, and you got to choose which ones that you want to keep and put in the coin slots and stuff. Like
it's full of content. I will agree.
It's completely full of content, and I just think there's so much more on that map to do, where it's not just focused on doing the Easter egg, getting the high rounds. That map itself has more to do than a lot of other maps, I'd say. Probably, I don't know whether it's, well, I'd want to, at least I'm pretty sure, if we're basing off of Easter eggs, Shadows of Evil was the last launch map with the most Easter eggs, but Zombie Spaceland isn't that far off in terms of stuff to do. So honestly, just like going back to that comment earlier that I read, I definitely think it's, you know, a simple yet effective setup. It's, you know, catering to both hardcore and casual. So honestly, no, I personally say it has a good balance between casual and hardcore. It's just, I think it depends on what is your style of map, like what do you like, because Infinite Warfare's been all goofy, and a lot of people didn't like that when Infinite Warfare Zombies released. A lot of people like the hardcore stuff, like we got in Treyarch Zombies. So
yeah,
that's the only thing I take. So I think it has a good balance, but in that terms, I think we would come down to how do you feel about Infinite Warfare Zombies as well.
Yeah, I do like Infinite Warfare Zombies. I think it did get worse over time. Like, I think it started high and went low. Like,
really?
Went. I think that it was Zombies in Spaceland's the best, Brave is second, Shaolin's third, Attack is fourth, and Beast from Beyond we don't even talk about. Like,
right.
I think
You're basing off
release.
Of maps, right? Okay.
Yeah, not in terms of actual time, because I think it's aged well.
Oh, definitely.
But in terms of the release,
a lot of people appreciate it now.
Yeah, especially more than at launch. But it's not fair to them because it came off the back of BO3. But I will agree, a hub with 3 splits, exactly the same. Like, Zombies in Spaceland is a very, very complex Doris. A very, very, like similar to Garad Crovey has a similar layout, where it's a central area, right? And in our case, that would be the teleporter to Pack-a-Punch, right? Near spawn. And then you have the 3 overarching areas from that one center piece. You go do one thing in each area, then you have the teleporter and Pack-a-Punch in the middle. So I'm gonna agree. I think it does have a very simple but effective setup. And shout out my boy Infinite Warfare, because Clarky bought me it and I never played it. Next game. Our next take, not next game, is from Beluga. Hope I'm saying that. I'll give you a hot take. This is our last hot take, by the way, Clark. And then he gives us a hot take.
Okay.
EE, Horizon Track, the famed Horizon Track, is better than Origins in every single way except atmosphere. Though I will admit, it will never be as iconic, sadly, with the sad face. Horizon Drac is better than Origins in every single way except atmosphere. Clarky SJ, how do you feel?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree. I think Horizon Drac has so much atmosphere. Like, no matter where you go, that map has atmosphere. Like, you're starting off in, you know, a gondola place.
But the 1,000-foot robots.
Then after that,
But the plane firefight.
Oh yeah, Origins has definitely got the atmosphere and it's iconic, but I want to say Horizon Drac just has that equal amount of atmosphere, honestly. Like, you're in near Western Austria, you're at a castle facility. If you're going underground, you've got the gravity place, you're already feeling something off when you're in the gravitational room. Like, that shit's cool. And then, of course, you go above ground, you're at the church, feeling all that classical vibes of what a castle is. And then, of course, you go outside, you already feel like you're back in those times where people were medieval and lived in castles and shit. But, of course, it's zombies, so there's going to be whack shit like bows and stuff. So, honestly, I gotta say, DE has just a more atmosphere or just as equal amount as atmosphere than Origins. But Origins, here's the thing with Horizon Drac and Origins. It suits the atmosphere they're going for. Like, Origins is like this World War II type war with zombies, figuring out what element 115 is. DE is just your simple, basic, you know, castle. Like, it feels like you're going into a war. Like, there's a war within a castle here. You're trying to figure out what to do. And in this case, we're trying to kill Ultimus Dempsey here.
We are.
So
we are trying to kill Ultimus.
If anything, they've got their atmosphere in their own rights for both those maps. It's the right terms I should put it. So I'd say no. They both have atmosphere. I'm gonna have to disagree that it does not have atmosphere.
But do you think Horizon Drac is better than Origins in every single way? I gotta say no.
No, that's a tough one, because honestly, there's a lot to compare with those two maps. The bows, the staffs, the atmosphere, like I mentioned earlier, and in general, you know, the setting, the tone. There's so much to compare for both those maps. My only thing is that the fact that I never played a lot of Origins. Now, granted, Origins is one of my favourite maps of all time. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other people's favourite map of all time. But I find with Horizon Drac, I made a lot more good memories on that. Like, at that point, I was in, my second year of high school, I think. I was playing with a lot of my friends on Horizon Drac, fighting over who would get the lightning bow. And I know a lot of people experienced that for Origins, but I never experienced those type of shit for Origins. I mostly just played solo most of the time. So, getting to experience that in DE, and, you know, doing the Easter egg during that time as well, I felt more of a good feeling that time. Like, I felt like I had more impactful memories in DE than Origins. But Origins was great. I had a fun time with Origins, so I don't know whether to say it's better than Origins. It switches.
Aspect is kind of nuts in my opinion. Listen, I have those memories with Origins. I remember I was super young. I think I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I remember grabbing the ice staff for the first time, running downstairs, grabbing my iPad mini to go take a picture of me having the ice staff. That's what I was like around 24. That's the memory I have of Origin.
Me and my friends done that exact same thing, but with the Horizon Drac. I got to round 47 with the lightning bow. I took a picture of, I also have my iPad mini behind me, and I took a picture of it and sent it to all my friends saying, bitches, I got around 50 before all y'all, fuck off.
Yeah, I have those memories in Origin. I miss that old zombies, but I think we're gonna get it back. Anyways, back to the take. No, I don't think Horizon Drac's better in every way. I have Origins as my favorite map of all time. I don't even have Horizon Drac in my top 5. I do have it in my top 10, but not my top 5. And the reason is I think Origins is better on some of the most, like, I really enjoy the difficulty and the challenge of Origins. Right. I think Horizon Drac doesn't have that difficulty. I think you can go set up on Horizon Drac, grab your bow, and just yawn your way to round 100 without even trying. That's how I think
Drac is a lot more easier compared to that of Origins.
Origins
is a lot more difficult.
The staff upgrades, yes, you could be like, the codes, I know half the codes. Like, I've memorized it. That's how deep in I am on Origins. And I think that the Wonder Weapon is better. I think that the special equipment of the map is better. I think that the side Easter eggs of Origins is better. I think that the intro cutscene cinematic is better. I will give Horizon Track the Easter egg ending. I will give it the cutscene. I think that it's obviously got a better boss fight than Origins. I think it's got better steps than Origins on its Easter egg. It is a close matchup. Like, I would be ridiculous to not say that Origins and Horizon Track isn't a close match. But I just prefer that initial setup, and I just prefer some of the more charms of Origins that Horizon Track doesn't have. I prefer using that Mauser. Love the Mauser. I prefer the tank. I prefer the G-Strike. I prefer the 1-inch punch. These little things that Origins has that Horizon Track just doesn't. I love and appreciate those things about Origins. And for that reason, I think that Origins is a better zombies map. And to say that Horizon Track is better than every single way, besides Atmosphere, which I do think Origins is better than Atmosphere. I understand being a bigger Horizon Track fan, but to say it's better in every aspect, I think is kind of crazy. That's just me, though. That's just me. I appreciate the hot take, though. It is a hot take. It is a hot take. It is not no lukewarm ass take. And Clark SJ, if I ask you for a hot take and you give me some room,
I have a hot take.
I want to hear the hot take.
Oh, I've got a hot take. I've been preparing.
You know
for
what?
This.
You know what? You know what? Let's get straight to it then. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the hot takes of this video that you guys submitted to me. Our next hot take video, make sure to follow me on Twitter. I will tweet out my next hot take video, whichever guest that is. You can respond underneath it. It'll be at Black Ops 6 Zombies launch. As soon as Black Ops 6 Zombies launches, I will be asking your hot takes, your way too early hot takes about that game. So, with that out of the way, Clark ESJ, we have one more hot take. I would like to hear yours. And I'm standing up for it. I'm standing up! Clark ESJ, what do you have to say to the people in the back? What do you have to say?
Alright! Right, this is good. Right, you need to really listen to this one, alright? You really need to listen for this one, people, alright?
I'm listening.
Okay, this is about Outbreak here, okay? So this is already getting hot.
Oh my fuck!
Alright,
No!
listen. Shut the fuck up!
No!
Listen.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
The game mode Outbreak, right? Not the gameplay, right? Not the gameplay from Cold War, right? But the game mode Outbreak. I think Vanguard's game mode version of Outbreak is better than the game mode version of Cold War.
Explain.
You have a lot more choices. Like, you can choose what objective you want. I like having a hub set world. I think that's cool. On top of that, you have a version to play round based of those Outbreak maps being...
We're comparing shit to ass.
I know.
We're comparing shit to ass.
The only reason why
doing?
Cold War's Outbreak is better is simply because of Cold War's gameplay mechanics. Cold War's Outbreak's fun. It's not awful, but I definitely think the game mode is much better in Vanguard than it is Cold War. But Cold War clears because of the Cold War gameplay mechanics. But if we're just basing off the game modes, I personally think Vanguard's Outbreak's game mode is better. You have more choices to choose from in terms of the maps, the objective. On top of that, you actually have, the choices to do round-based if you want on those maps. I just think shits like that is cool. Like, the little things that those fucking shit maps did add were tiny bit better, but not by a lot.
We're praising Vanguard today.
Listen, dude, Vanguard's shit, alright? But there are some things on that game that I can say, you know what, there were like one or two things.
Cool perk machines. Cool perk machine. Good.
The perk machines were sick. The perk machines were sick. I loved the perk machines. They were nice looking.
They were very.
But
alright, well,
that
is his hot take. For anyone that has a hot take about Clarky's horrible hot take, leave it in the comments.
Hey, you asked for a hot take, bro. You asked for a hot take.
No, I'm just kidding.
I gave you a hot take.
I love you, Clarky. You're the best. I appreciate the hot take. It is a hot take. My response to it is we're comparing shit to ass. And it's Outbreak and Duran Fonks. I don't care.
All I can say is have a good rest of your day, everyone, depending on where you are in this crazy world. And make sure to subscribe to The Legend HD. And be safe.
Be safe, guys.
And be safe by subscribing to The Legend HD.
Be safe by subscribing to Clark HJ. Alright,
goodbye.
Guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Be safe. Have a good one.
Peace.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.